everyone, and welcome to the Business Boutique Podcast. I'm Christy Wright, and today we are talking about identifying the problem you solve. Now, I want to start with an example that has nothing to do with business, unless this is your business, and then you'll see what I mean. So when I was pregnant with my first son, Carter, I was really excited to find out the gender. Now, I know that some moms and dads don't want to find out early. They don't want to find out at their 20-week appointment. They just want to find out on the birthday, which I think is awesome. But whether you find out at 10 weeks or 15 weeks or 20 weeks or on the baby's birthday, you're still at some point going to find out what gender this baby is. Is it a little boy or a little girl? And what's so fun about finding out, whether it's early or on the birthday, is that that one piece of information will help you determine so many other pieces of information about this little baby, right? So we found out early. We found out at 15 weeks. We could not wait. We were so excited. We just could not wait to find out if it was a boy or girl. And we both thought that it was a boy, and we were right. Our little boy Carter is now 4 years old almost. And what's so fun is once we knew that, well, then we knew, okay, let's think of a fun boy's name. And so we started brainstorming all of the boys' names that we liked. And then we started thinking about nursery, like, okay, well, what color, what theme? I'm scrolling through Pinterest, going through all the options. We landed on a nautical theme, by the way, and did fun navy blues and some paddles and little nautical ships and sailboats and all that good stuff. And then, of course, you start thinking about the clothes and what little fun outfits will I put them in, little bow ties and little overalls and all the different things that you imagine and prepare as you plan for this precious little baby that you're bringing into the world. This one piece of information dictates so many other pieces of information and so many other decisions that you make as a new mom or new dad. Now, believe it or not, there is also a piece of information about your business that will dictate so many other pieces of information. There's one piece of information about your business that will help you determine what decisions to make about your business as well. And in your business's case, it's the problem that you solve. The most important piece of information that you will ever know about your business is the problem that you solve. And this is really, really important because many people are in business for years and they never really know, they're never really clear on what problem they solve. They get into painting or design or fitness because they love fitness or painting or design, but they don't peel back the layers to dig below the surface to identify the problem they solve for their customer. Now, if you have a hobby that you have turned into a business, I think that's awesome. If you have a hobby that is now a full running small business and it originated as a hobby, that's great too. But there's a temptation when you take your hobby and turn it into a business. Because it started as a hobby, it started very self-focused. You love this thing, so you want to figure out how to do this thing and make money. I help people do that every day. I think that's a great strategy. However, when you decide to take your hobby and turn it into a business, it goes from being completely self-focused on just a creative outlet, something you love to do for fun, and it turns into something that needs to serve the marketplace. It needs to solve a problem. Now, the good news is that most of your hobbies or most of your business ideas probably do solve a problem for customers. You just need to know what that is. And I've noticed that when I'm working with people in business, sometimes they don't know what problem they solve. You know, in fact, I had a call on the Dave Ramsey show when I was co-hosting with him several months ago, and a woman called in and she said, here's the situation. I'm having a really hard time explaining to people what I do, so I'm having a really hard time getting customers. And I said, well, what problem do you solve? And she said, gosh, that's a hard question. And I thought, well, it shouldn't be, because it's the most basic foundational piece of information that every other aspect of your business is built on. And I want to really quickly give you a word of caution and encouragement. Don't get intimidated by the word problem. When I say what problem do you solve, or you must solve a problem for the marketplace, some of you that are in creative industries or in industries that are more luxury or more optional or that type of thing, you might think, oh, well, I just make hair bows. That doesn't really solve a problem. Or I just paint. I paint custom canvases. That doesn't solve a problem. It's not like pulling weeds from a garden in landscaping. It's not like unclogging pipes if you're a plumber. It's not like helping someone lose a ton of weight in the fitness industry. It's not solving a real distinct problem. It's just art or hair bows. Here's the thing. It does still solve a problem. I'd be willing to bet that 99.9% of your businesses, if you're watching right now, if it's a business idea or a hobby you're thinking about turning into a business or a business that you're already running, I'd be willing to bet that they all solve problems. In some industries, you just have to dig a little deeper to figure out what that problem is. It might not be as obvious as someone helping someone get into shape or get their money in order or do landscaping. So let's use the example of hair bows. A mom might say to me, I make hair bows and I just am concerned because this doesn't really solve a problem. But it does. Because there are a group of parents, moms and dads, that want their little girls to wear hair bows. They want them to look cute. They want them to look beautiful. They want them to look color coordinated and all matching and accessorized on Sunday morning at church. They want all of their friends to think, what a great mom that is, what a great dad that is, because they dress their daughter with a hair bow. And there are some little kids that don't have hair until they're 3, and their mom and dad want them to know that they're a little girl. Like me. I didn't have hair until I was 3. My dad would scotch tape bows to my head. True story. That is a problem. So even if you're in an industry that seems optional or not as obvious as a problem-solving business, I'd be willing to bet that you solve a problem. Let's use art as an example. Many of you are in creative type of industries, and those businesses also solve problems. So let's say that you do custom paintings, you do watercolor or custom canvases, and you think, well, I don't solve a problem, but you do. Because see, there's a group of people that don't want to decorate their home with art or decorations from a big box store. They don't want to buy something off the rack. They want to buy something that tells a story. They want to buy something that is unique and custom. They want to shop local. They want to shop from a small business. They want to speak into the design. There are so many reasons why someone would buy from you specifically that would never buy from someone else. So you do solve a problem because there are those people that need art in their homes. They want to decorate their living rooms. They want their homes to feel like them. They want their friends to be impressed when they walk in and they say, oh, I love that piece. Oh, let me tell you the story of that piece. See, you still solve a problem. You just need to do a little digging to figure out what that problem is so that you can talk about it through your marketing. Now, when you identify the problem that you solve through your business, when you discover or uncover this important piece of information about your business, here's what's so great. When you know this, you know so many other important pieces of information about your business. For one, well, when you know the problem you solve, you also know your target market. Who are they? People that have that problem. So who's your target market? Really quick answer. People that have the problem you solve. You make hair bows, it's people that need hair bows. You do landscaping, it's people that need landscaping. You teach fitness classes, it's people that want to get in shape and get healthy. So when you know the problem you solve, you then can start to see who you exist to serve. Who's the group of people that this business can help? You know your target market. Well, the second thing that you know when you know the problem you solve, you also know your value proposition. Now, what I mean by value proposition is your basis for charging. So this is the foundation, it's the justification, it's where you gather your confidence for charging and pricing what you're worth. Why are you charging for this business or that product or that service? Because you solve that specific problem. When you know the problem you solve through your business, you have a lot more confidence in charging because you realize, oh, wow, I'm not taking money from people. I'm solving their problems. And me solving their problems has value. It's something that they can and should pay for. And as a side note to this piece of information for your market is the only thing they care about. I tell you guys this all the time. All day, every day, your customer is thinking, what's in it for me? Why do I care? Well, if you solve a problem for them, that's what's in it for them. That's why they care. Believe it or not, that is the reason that they will pay you. It is the only reason that they will pay you. No one is writing you a check or paying you, giving you their hard-earned money for any reason other than the fact that you solve a problem for them. Now, there are all types of problems. There are big problems and small problems and really, really painful problems like your electricity goes out. That's a big pain point. That is a problem you're getting fixed today. And there are other problems that are nice to have, or you treat yourself like a massage or a luxury vacation, that type of thing. So there's a wide range of problems. But if you solve a problem, that's the basis for charging, and that's the reason someone is going to give you their hard-earned money. No one is paying you because your website is cute. No one is paying you because your grandfather had a great story and a great recipe 600 years ago, okay? That would be weird if your grandfather was 600 years old. Anyway, okay, you get the idea, right? Like, no one cares about anything in your business, not the packaging, not the website. They don't care about anything. They don't care about the way you set up your booth at a trade show. All those things can help. But the only reason they will pay you is because you solve a problem. That's your value proposition. So the first piece of information that you know, once you know the problem you solve, is your target market. The second piece of information that you know is your value proposition. This is your basis for charging and for them paying you. The third piece of information that you know when you know the problem you solve is you know your marketing language. So you know what you're going to talk about in all of your messaging, all of your marketing copy, from your website to brochures to you talking at a networking event or cocktail party. What are you going to talk about? How you solve that problem. That's all you're going to talk about. All day, every day, you are going to beat that drum. You're going to talk about how you solve that problem. That's all you're going to talk about because that's all they care about. But what's so great about this is when you know this piece of information, you know all these other important pieces of information. You know the problem you solve. You also know your target market, your value proposition, and your marketing language, and you are ready to be off to the races. And for those of you watching and listening right now that already have a business, don't think this exercise doesn't apply to you. Because what you can do is you can take your website copy, all of your marketing that you've already worked on, that you've already been using on social media, online, wherever, and put it through this filter of, does it answer this question, the problem that you solve? Are you talking about how you solve that problem? Are you talking to the group of people that have that problem? When you begin to understand the importance of this piece of information, it changes everything about your marketing and your business. So I want to ask you, what problem are you solving? Take some time to think about that, and you'll be amazed at how that can completely change and improve the trajectory of your business. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching right now or listening and you are a dreamer, you want to do something but you're not sure what, well, I will help you find your best business idea. I want you to check out my course, Business Idea Bootcamp, which is your 4-step course to go from dreaming to doing. You can check that out by clicking the link below.